I love Bill Wurtz. He's my favorite musician, and my favorite YouTuber, and probably my favorite person on the internet. You could arguably divide my life into before and after I found him, for the simple fact that nothing has changed my view on life quite as much as getting into his content has. He's fundamentally changed a lot of the way that I see the world, for the better, and I can honestly say that I think I'm a better person for having heard of him. This video is going to get into why Bill Wurtz is the best content creator that I've ever seen, and what we can all learn from him. And I'll do it without even doing one jingle in Bill's style. Seriously, I don't have FL Studio installed anymore, and I haven't played piano in months. I'm not doing it, okay? Okay, fine, I'll do just one. At his core, Bill is someone who makes things right. It's a lyric that pops up in most of his songs to the point where he's actively trying to stop, but it illustrates the main message of his work very well. You can achieve everything you want to achieve if you put in the work. Bill is the ultimate embodiment of self-actualization. When he wants to do something, he'll figure out how to go about doing it and then do it. No questions asked. Have you ever told yourself that you wanted to make something, be it a video or a song or an art piece or whatever, but not actually done any of it? Because I sure as hell did. But that started to change when I found Bill's reality videos, which are edits of his audio and video journals. It's easy to look at Bill nowadays as someone who knows his stuff, given his success, but after looking back on his journals, I saw someone who was unsure of how to create awesome music and videos, unsure of how to inspire and entertain, and most importantly, unsure of how to make things right. And I saw his gradual journey of becoming the person who does all of those things. And I fell in love. Okay, I didn't actually fall in love with this dude, although look at this, oh my god, he's so precious. What I fell in love with was his journey as a creator. Those reality videos are infectious, they're captivating, they hook you, or at least it certainly hooked me. Watching the reality videos in order gives you a good sense of him becoming the person that he is today, and the person that past him badly wanted to be. The best part is, from poking around his site, you can tell that he's where he wants to be. He's not just some dude who goes to work, listens to U2, and pollutes up the environment with his car. He's expressing himself to an audience of millions. He hasn't compromised on quality or style in order to get there. He's constantly improving and making things better and faster and learning new tricks. And most importantly, he's doing what he truly wants to do. That's a feeling that everyone wants to feel, and watching his videos made me realize that I wanted to follow a similar path to pursue that exact same feeling. Basically, if not for Bill Wurtz, Swelliot would not exist, and I'll leave that up to you to decide whether that's a good or a bad thing. Bill taught me more than make things right, though. For one, he taught me how to see the good in everything. When being asked about his favorite things early on his questions page, he would respond with, "I like the unique qualities of each one," and that really stuck with me. That phrase made me realize I prefer to find the good in things instead of the bad, and that I want to understand and figure out what actually makes it good. And this thought process now applies to basically everything in my life, all because of a somewhat jokey answer. So, thanks, Bill? And funnily enough, he also taught me about website design, and when you look at his site, you're probably thinking, what? But hear me out. Bill's site does exactly what it sets out to do, display his content, and it does it without trackers, large JavaScript libraries, ads, or anything that gets in the way. BillWurtz.com is, in a sense, minimalist. It doesn't waste time with things that aren't necessary to the overall goal. This minimalism approach that I got from him extends to a lot of stuff. My one-shot video was multiple minutes longer and much less cohesive, until I cut out the bits that didn't really matter. Now, I do my best in everything I can not to bog things down and only really include what matters. The most important thing, though, is that Bill is earnestly trying to make things good. I have a lot of older content, going back as far as 2009 in fact, and while I wanted to make something good, I never made enough of an effort to actually do that. I made things bad, and I claimed it was the point, in an effort to hide myself from criticism. I was afraid that I'd try to make things good and fail, so I made things bad instead, and hid under a layer of irony to detach myself as a defense mechanism. In fact, it was worse than this. I legitimately believed that I couldn't make anything good at all for quite a while. I wanted to try, I wanted to give it a shot. I wanted to attempt making good music or analytical videos or just something, anything more than videos of me just messing around with my friends or Minecraft Let's Plays.
Hey guys, what up?
Then I found Bill Wurtz in 2016, and I saw the light. From the very beginning, Bill has always tried to make good videos and good music even more so. There was no defensive irony there. There was just a sincere desire to, as I've said a whole bunch, make things right. He knew what he wanted to do, but not how, so he figured out how, and then he did it. Initially, his videos and songs weren't great. This is The Alarm. Yeah. The thing is, though, he presented it sincerely, and he learned from it and made the next videos better. And that's a constant process for him. Making something, learning from it, and making the next thing better. He's never stopped doing that, and he likely never will. To me, Alarm is a reminder that sometimes you might make stuff that sucks. But as long as you try to make it sincerely good, and you keep trying to make things sincerely good, the things you make will start to suck less and less and less. It wasn't an immediate change after I found him. I still made a lot of stuff pretty bad on purpose, although I did start making music because of him. Okay, actually I started because I saw Frank Chavc's video on chiptune and I thought making it would be easy, and but I messed around in FL Studio for more than 2 seconds because of Bill. In fact, it goes beyond music. The only reason that I try so hard to make something sincerely good is because Bill has shown me, in everything that he's said and done, why I should. In July of 2017, I was camping 300 kilometers away from home and things weren't great. My best friend was in another country, my relationship at that time was starting to fall apart, and everyone else that I talked to and knew was either distant or dismissive whenever I talked to them. I'd done pretty much nothing over the last 6 months, so I was far from where I wanted to be in my life. There was absolutely no one that I could talk to about this right now, and to top it all off, my fucking tent got flooded. Basically, I saw myself as going nowhere and being no one. And so I was crying in a toilet cubicle far, far away from home because I felt isolated and lonely and useless and worthless and hopeless, and also because my tent got flooded. I'm sorry, I'm just still mad about that. Then, on that day, Bill Wurtz released Hi, I'm Steve, and even though I've said this phrase a lot in the last few videos, it means a lot to me. Yes, on the surface it's just filled with colourful graphics and jingles that may not seem like they have a deeper meaning, but it has deeper meaning, and it's the meaning behind the entirety of his persona. It's about someone who's happy and living their life the way they want to, and who conquers the goals that they've had for God knows how long. The mountains have always been a presence in Steve's life, and even though he's always thought that he could never climb them, he does. And then it rains, and that last bit, considering that my tent got flooded, made it feel like the video was, in some way, meant for me. Like it was meant to find its way to me at this particular point in my life. I'm really glad that it did. It made me realize that I had all of these mountains in my life, all of these things that I wanted to do, but I had never seriously started climbing them. And that video was what made me decide that I wanted to change.
Again, it wasn't an immediate change, but for 6 months that video really stuck with me. I knew the mountains that I wanted to climb, I just had to climb them, and because of this, on December 31st, 2017, Swolliot was born. I don't mean I was literally born on December 31st, I mean like the site was born on December 31st. And it definitely wasn't a mountain, right? Let's be clear. Mountains are a metaphor for making content. I didn't literally give birth to a mountain. Alright, look. After I found Bill, there was no one that I wanted to emulate more than him. I just couldn't do that while I was making hot garbage. But since then, I've grown a lot. I've started making things good, and trying to make things good sincerely. And because of that, I think I'm just a little bit closer to making things right.